Which kirtan?
Your harmonium out?
Yeah, it was out. Does anybody see the harmonium?
Yeah, I'll get it.
What page? 58?
Ron, wow. He came out.
You're page 58?
Only you can get him out of his house tomorrow.
No, away from his work.
Okay.
No, he's not working anymore.
No, he's getting that food truck ready. Anybody want a songbook? He's busy now. He's got a business. 58.
Who wants the harmonium?
Hey.
I'm gonna move this tripod over there.
Welcome, whoever you are. Who is that?
Hare Krishna, Vasumurthy, I'm an ISKCON Life member.
Vasumurthy, welcome. Have it here. Let's see. Let's find you a nice chair.
Yes.
Please come in.
Hare Krishna.
You have a chair for Vasumurthy? Vana. Harimo.
Jaipada Kamala. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Nitai Padakamala Koti Chandra Susitala Nitai Padakamala Koti Chandra Susitala Ye Chaya Jagat Jura Ye Chaya Jagat Jura Laya Jagat Jura Ye Jaya Jagat Jura Eno Nitai Pineva Radha Krishna Vaisena Eno Pineva Radha Krishna Vaisena Drida Kori Sambandha nahi ja Mita janma gelo tha Se sambandha nahi ja Mita janma gelo tha Se pasu boro duracha Mata hoya nitai para pasar
grain.
Oh, okay.
Narotama Bharatuki Nitai More Korosuki Narotama
Bharatuki Nitai more Korosuki.
Nitai Hai Nitai Korosuki Nitai More Korosuki Narotama Bharatuki Nitai More Korosuki Rakoranga Charanera Pasa Rakoranga Pada Kamala Kutanga Sitama Onitai Pada Kamala Kutanga Sitama Ekaya Jagata Oh, hey, no, Nitai Bhime Bhai Radha Krishna Nityananda Rama ki jai, Sachidananda Gaura Hari ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gop
Jai Radha Madhav. You? No. Why? Jai Radha Madhav Kunja.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I forgot what.
Huh? Who's doing that? You singing? Hriday Prabhu? You want to do Kalimba?
Sure.
Jai Radha. Sit here.
Want to play?
चार जन
Whose book is this? Radhika. Jaya Rama Rama Jaya Kunja Bihari
Jai
can start now.
Yes.
Nirma Devi, you want to speak something?
Oh, I had a very strange feeling you were going to ask me. And,
So, day after tomorrow, we are celebrating Param Gurudev's Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Shubh Appearance Day. So we're going to have program tonight here, tomorrow by Gopika, and day after by, that's the Tithi, Shri Radhakant Prabhu and Jana Mataji. So if you want to say a few words about Param Gurudev, since you're hosting program.
it's very purifying
This
to
is-
speak. Ajnanatimidandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshura militam jena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Lokam karoti vachalam bhangam langayate gidam yat kripa tamaham bande shri gurum dinatarinam. So Maharaj has ordered me to speak, and just a couple words in glorification of Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, our Param Gurudev. So we're fortunate to have heard so many glories of His Divine Grace from our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And he's written one very substantial biography of his Gurudev. And he's also set such an example of Guru Nishta and an example of intimate service. So the glories of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj are like an ocean. And so I'm taking a little cup and dipping it into that ocean and offering it as an offering. So Namo Vishnu Padaya Acharya Singha Rupini Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Namini Ati Martya Charitraya Svashritana Chapaline Jiva Duke Siddharthaya Shri Nama Premadayane. Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, he's also our Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's sannyas guru. And so our Vaishnava family is so broad. And there's every acharya in our line is like a chain, is like a link in the chain. Actually vital for us in coming out of the material world and taking that great pilgrimage to the spiritual world. That we need the mercy of every one of our acharyas. So it being the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj in a couple days, and Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj is here with us. We're so fortunate for 3 days, so we can hear so much Nectarian Harikatha. And I will digress just a moment to say that Maharaj here has set us also as an example for us of intimate seva to Mahabhagavat acharyas, and also a non-sectarian mood of having performed such intimate seva for at least 3, maybe 4 Mahabhagavats.
No, you speak on Param Gurudev.
And so, well, I'm just wanting everyone to make sure not to miss tomorrow or the next day, because we'll hear from Maharaj, his realized heart. So, Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj wrote an amazing song called the Radha Vinod Bihari Tattvastakam. And it's in our Gaudiya Giti Guj. And it's his realization and his divine realization about why it is that Krishna assumes the white complexion. Like you see so many deities of Radha and Krishna, and they're both white or they're both golden. And he wrote the song that gives a pure devotional realization perspective on why that is. And what it is Krishna, and I don't have any of those verses memorized, but Krishna is so absorbed in the mood of love of Srimati Radhika, who embodies pure spontaneous bhakti to the extreme, that he actually assumes her color. And it's so that's one thing, and he has performed such intimate service to his Gurudev, which has given us all so much to learn from, such as when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was very unapologetic in his preaching, and he preached Shuddha Bhakti, and sometimes the caste brahmanas were a little threatened by his preaching. And so at one time it came known that when they were out for Sankirtan, that these Brahmins, they'd gathered together and they decided to harm him, and they were going to throw stones and maybe engage others in doing that. And Srila Param Gurudev, Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, knowing that this was coming, when they were in this particular area on the Nam Sankirtan, he took his Gurudev into a private room and exchanged his white cloth with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's sannyas cloth. And he actually looks a lot like him too. So, and then Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was able to safely go, and Param Gurudev took that risk to go out and look like him in case they were going to harm him. And I'm not a very good speaker, but just by everything that we might be able to speak that's worthy of the Vaishnavas to hear is all the mercy of our Guru Parampara and the mercy of Krishna. And so I will just say that that's my little tiny offering. That all glories to Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj.
Jai.
And thank you for coming to this home. Should take this out.
So it's not liking me.
Yeah. No, I know. I was surprised that it keeps falling.
Should I take that?
Yeah.
Did the Prabhu want to speak
Can you hold this for
something?
him? Take this out.
Ramana Mataji?
Did you meet Maharaj? Did you
I
meet
saw
him?
them before.
Yeah, we are the
This is-
first one,
Huh?
maybe, right?
Where before?
No, this is
First time.
Yeah,
Sarala
it's
and
the first
Rama. They live in Concord. They
We are
run a
from
restaurant.
Nepal.
अच्छा, फिर तो अच्छा है।
Yeah, I met them, invited them to come tonight.
Very nice. बहुत अच्छा।
They wanted to come only to a Monday program. So this is the first Monday program we've had in a long time. Because they don't work on Monday.
हुजूर ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय सदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। गौरसचर्तरामितनिधि गौरं सर्वं स्तुवे गौरेण प्रतितं रस्य भजनं गौरं सर्वं ददे। गौरस्ति कृपालुरात्रिनपरो गौरस्य भृत्यस्य भवां गौरमचरामि Bhagwan Gaur Prabhu Rakshamam. Viragya Vidya Nij Bhakti Yogam Shikshai Kartam Sapurusham Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripa Buddhiyastamam Prabhadi Samsar Dukha Jaladasya Patitasya Kama Krodadinakramakri Kavli Kritasya Durvasnasya Nigritasya Nirashayasya Chaitanya Chandra Mama Dehi Padavalamam Jaitam Surta Pangur Mama Mandamatir Gati Mad Sarvaspadam Bhujo Shri Radha Madan Mohanam Mahabodhe Sthire Kanakuruchire Nila Shikare Vasana Prasadanta Sahaj Balabhadrena Balina Subhadra Madhyasta Sakala Sura Seva Vasarado Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatuni Shri Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatuni Vishnu Sarg Visargadi Navlaksha Lakshitam Krishnakhyam Paramdham Jagadham Namami Yad Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. My humble obeisances, divine lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj, Nitla Vaishnav Vishnupal Stotoshar, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj, and to my Shiksha Gurudevs, Nitla Vaishnav Vishnupal Stotoshar, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Shila Narayan Gosai Maharaj, and Nitla Vaishnav Vishnupal Bhakti Vigyan Shila Bharti Gosai Maharaj. My humble obeisances at the divine lotus feet of Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Shila Vaman Gosai Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Vikram Gosai Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Gosai Maharaj, and Srila Gaur Govind Goswami Maharaj. My humble obeisances to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and all his prominent associates, and whose appearance day we are going to observe day after tomorrow, and we are preparing for today onwards. Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj, and Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosai Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Gosai Maharaj, and one who brought Krishna consciousness to the Western world, very compassionate, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. To Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to all his associates, and to Shri Radha Govindev and all his associates, all my seniors here. I'm a little nervous and shy. And I'm so sorry I'm sitting on the chair and my seniors are sitting on the ground. Please forgive me for this. And this is the arrangement so that everyone can see me. That's the only reason. It doesn't make me big that I'm sitting on chair and you
We know you, Maharaj.
I'm like your child.
You are Vyasa's representatives. We must give you a good seat.
So, this month, Magh Mas, very auspicious. And why auspicious? Because sometimes brahmacharis say this month, so much fastings. Almost five fastings, 2 Ekadashi and then Advaita Saptami and Ekadashi. Recently we observed Shri Advaita Saptami and Nityantardashi, and Sunday, yesterday was Sunday, yeah? Shri Narottam Thakur's appearance day. It's so difficult to believe or to say to oneself that, am I animal? If anyone calls me, you're an animal. Imagine how it feels. How dare you say me animal? But Shri Narottam Thakur is writing, Sei Pashu Bado Durachar. I'm animal. Shri Narottam Thakur, who is Prem Avatar of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You know, Prem Avatar. Anyone who utters the name Narottam with proper understanding the contribution of Sri Narottam Thakur, or one who reads the songs of Sri Narottam Thakur, especially Pradhana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, guarantee will get Krishna Prem. But proper understanding. The bhajans of Sri Narottam Thakur, full of emotions and so much humility. That personality who attained Krishna Prem in his childhood and who was given Krishna Prem by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assigned to river Padma prior to Sri Narottam Thakur got birth. Imagine.
Right.
That's the glories. Narottam Thakur is not even born and Mahaprabhu calling Narottam, Narottam. Oh Padma, I'm assigning this Prem to you for a boy who's going to come in future. You can imagine. Mahaprabhu knows Narottam going to come. How dear is Sri Narottam
He's
Thakur?
calling out.
He's
Narottam, Narottam.
Calling out. Oh Padma, you have to give this prema to this boy Narottam who's going to take birth in future. You can imagine the glories of Narottam Thakur. Mahaprabhu himself is glorifying him. Yeah. After getting learnings from Sri Jiva Goswami, and what was the need for that? You already got prema. We read scriptures, we practice, we do sadhan, we chant holy name, mantras, parikramas, worshipping Tulasi, only to get Krishna Prem. But you already got in your childhood. But Sri Narottam Thakur is ideal example, the answer to those who says we don't need to read scriptures and we don't need initiation. And just chanting everything is enough. I don't want to get along with any spiritual master to get Diksha or Shiksha. Narottam Thakur is the best example, the answer. As he got Prem already in his childhood without any samskar. But after receiving Prem, he came to Jiva Goswami in Vrindavan and learned all Shastras, all Siddhantas, Tattvas. And on the advice, I'm just summarizing. We all know this, I understand. But
Nice to hear though.
But it's so amazing. After learning so much from Jiva Goswami, then he's going to Sri Loknath Goswami for Diksha. And Loknath Goswami don't want to give Diksha. But why are you hankering for Diksha? Why are you longing for Diksha? You already got Prem. That's the aim and object of receiving Diksha. But he showed example. It's not that he's showing example to us, but why it is like that? Association. He fully understands the gravity of the bhajan of Sri Loknath Goswami, who's dear associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu get pleased when anyone serves his dearest associate. Sri Narottam Thakur is praying, begging in his bhajan, so much humble. Say Pashu Bada Durachar, I'm animal. Durachar, bad conduct. This is what he's giving his identity. Not just explaining that, oh, I'm the one who got prema in childhood. He's not saying anywhere in his bhajans. Je Gaurange Namalay Tar Hoye Premuday Narottam Mange Tar Sangha. In this bhajan, Gauranga Duti Pada Sei Mora Sampada. In this last verse, Je Gaurange Namalay, anyone who utters the name of Gauranga, Tar Hoye Premuday, definitely rise Prem in his heart. And Narottam, this Narottam, begging for their association. Means highest limit of humility. But one thing is, we see in this, we know the stories. But a beautiful point in the life history of Sri Narottam Thakur is, as Bhagavatam says, Nirmasaranam Satam, pure devotees, or how we can judge a person's pure devotee, Nirmasaranam Satam, non-envious.
No hatred, no.
There is no hatred, no envious mood. Why I'm saying this? Sri Narottam Thakur wrote this bhajan, Shri Rupa Manjari Bhada Sei Mora Sampada Sei Mora Bhajana Puja. Right? And nowhere in this bhajan he wrote his Gurudev's name, Loknath Goswami. And he's longing to get what? The lotus feet of Shri Rupa Manjari, Shri Rupa Goswami. But Loknath Goswami could have stopped him. Hey Narottam, you're my disciple. And what you saying? Your everything is Rupa Manjari. And there is no difference between Rupa Goswami and Loknath Goswami. They are contemporary, the same time. Whereas Loknath Goswami came before Rupa Goswami to Braj, sent by Mahaprabhu. But we never hear this, that Loknath Goswami objected. His disciple, you don't go to Rupa Goswami. Or why you saying Sai Vrata, Sai Tapa, Sai Mora Mantra Japa? He's saying my everything is Rupa Goswami. I chant his name, I only want perfection to attain his lotus feet. Right? No objection there. Because Nirmasaranam Satam. That's the nature of pure devotees. Nirmasar, non-envious, no hatred. And nowhere he wrote in his bhajans, as far as I know, he didn't mention the name of his Shiksha Guru, Jiva Goswami, anywhere. He learned everything from Jiva Goswami. He didn't mention his name. So there's no objection. Jiva Goswami didn't chastise him.
Hariharaya Nama Krishna, Yadavaya Nama.
Yeah.
Shri Rupa Shri Sanatana Shri Jiva Gopal.
Yes, you're right.
He wrote that.
Yeah, Narottam Thakur. Correct. It's good I came to know this. And then, no, I was just chanting, I was thinking this. Didn't read anywhere, just my own limitations.
He didn't write Lokanath. Lokanath's name is not there.
Not there. No, that is in Shri Guru Charan.
Oh, Shri Guru Charan, yeah, Lokanath.
But we are the bhajans which we.
But Lokarajaran is not Lokanath.
Yes,
Lokanath,
Lokanath,
three
Lokanath,
worlds.
Three worlds.
Yeah.
but also Lokanath, his
But
guru.
also both.
Ah.
As
Oh,
we
yeah.
see in the books of Rupa Goswami, in the Mangala Charan, he always write name Sanatan. So that also for Krishna and also for Sanatan Goswami. And in the books of Sri Sanatan Goswami, he also always mentioning Rupa. It also means the form of Krishna and also Rupa Goswami. So in this way, Lokanath
Rasik.
also for three,
So he mentioned both Lokanath and
Gurudev.
Jiva.
Lokanath, Lokera, Jiva? No.
Lokanath, Lokarajaran.
And Kabe Lokanath more Sange Laya Jabe Rupera Pad Padme More Samarpive. What is the meaning of it?
When will Lokanath Goswami, my Gurudev, bring me to the...
When Lokanath, my Gurudev, will take my hands and offer me at the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami. So heartful, huh? For Diksha Guru. You're not saying about me, you mentioning Rupa Goswami? Nirmasaranam Satam. From many perspectives, we see either the example of Sri Narottam Thakur, even the hard heart get melts if one read the songs of Narottam Thakur with the purport, with the meanings. So beautiful, so humble, Sri Narottam Thakur. But another point is, Uttam Adham Kichu na bachilo. about the glories of Shri Nityananda Prabhu, no one was spared with the mercy of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. Uttam Adham. Adham means fallen.
Yeah.
And the best example of Adham fallen is Jagai Madai. We all know this. They got mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. But even Uttams was not spared. Generally we speak about Adhams, Shri Jagai Madai, Shri Nityananda Prabhu mercy on Jagai Madai. But Uttams, Raghunath Das Goswami. How Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, he came across Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and came to Braj Mandal only by sanction of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. How Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami came to Vrindavan and he wrote Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita only by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. These are examples of Uttam. Shri Jiva Goswami, blessed by Shri Nityananda Prabhu for Navdi Parikrama, and then he came to Vrindavan. Similarly, Narottam Thakur also got sanctioned by Nityananda Prabhu. All these acharyas, most of them.
Could you say a word about how he became sanctioned by Nityananda?
Yes. So, in his childhood, after receiving this prema, Narottam Thakur, he was chanting Gauranga, Gauranga, he fell unconscious. And then in his vision, in his dream, he saw the Sankirtan. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, everyone dancing, singing. And Narottam Thakur is visualizing this in his dream. And then his dream broke. And he got so restless. Oh, I was seeing Mahaprabhu, I was seeing Nityananda. Where were they? Where are they? Ha Gaur, Ha Nitai, Ha Gaur, Ha Nitai. And again he fell unconscious. And then Nityananda Prabhu came in the dream. He said, Narottam, go to Vrindavan. I sanction you, go to Vrindavan. And then Narottam Thakur came to Vrindavan under the guidance of Shri Jiva Goswami, hearing scriptures from him. So these are examples, especially Shri Raghunath Das Goswami and Shri Narottam Thakur. Are they from poor family?
No.
Wealthy family. Rich, super rich landlord. And then they renounced that. I was in Ujjain last week. We see so many homeless people on the street there. And they look like they're very renounced people. They don't have anything. Can we call them they're renounced? One who don't have anything is not renounced. Renounce is when you have everything and you have no taste for any enjoyment of any opulence. As Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. Wealth like Indra, beautiful wife, but no interest. Shri Narottam Thakur, so wealthy, but no interest.
Yeah.
They are giving up. Tattva turnam ashesh mandalapatim shelim sada tuchavad bhutva deen ganesh kau koranaya kopi na kanthashrito gopi bhav rasam lahat
Lahari.
Kallol magna muhur vande rup sanatano bhatujugo Shri Jiva Gopal. Giving up all their position, all the riches, everything. This is renunciation. So, coming to the point, what is the meaning of renunciation? In this book, the wonderful book, Shri Acharya Kesari, written by our Shri Gurudev, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, in the glorification, his life history, his contributions and dedications to his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, full of... Oh,
Haribo.
thank you, Prabhuji. Full of Tattva and Siddhanta. His establishment of Tattva and Siddhanta. His establishing the Ras Vichar, refuting so many so-called philosophers, giving Siddhanta for each and every details of the Shastras. Shri Param Gurudev. Shri Gurudev gave account of his contribution and his glorification. So, there's an article written by Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, describing the glories of his Guru Maharaj. So, if we know this, many of us, maybe not, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, once Param Guru Dev, Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he wrote a list of his disciples. And he didn't mention the name of Shri Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. And when Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj came to know this, my name is not in the list. He came to Param Guru Dev with complaining mood. Why my name is not there? Know that story? No. Param Guru Dev, he wrote a
Why was he creating the list?
that I don't know. I don't know the details.
Okay.
But he made a list, my disciples. And he didn't mention Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. To his surprise, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj approached Param Gurudev with some complaining mood. Why my name is not there in the list? Can we digest this? How we hear, as we hear the glorification of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, his profile, his status. He's always very introvert, very shy, never wants to show off, and is complaining to Param Gurudev, why my name is not there? It's not compatible to his profile. But why Param Gurudev didn't write his name? Because Param Gurudev is thinking Vaman Maharaj is disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. Because he got Harinam from Prabhupada, and Harinam Guru is actually Guru. Yeah. And he's my godmother. He can't be my disciple. One who got Harinam from Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada can't be my disciple. So Param Gurudev, in other words, giving respect and honor to him, considering him as my younger godbrother. But Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, why he went with complaining mood? That don't give me this honor that I'm disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. I'm your disciple. Make me yours. Rakho Ranga Charanera Paj. Only give me place at your lotus feet. I'm your disciple. I learned everything from you. I only got Harinam from Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, but I got everything from you. So you are my actually Guru Maharaj. Such sweet interaction. Param Gurudev Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. Please write my name. I'm your disciple.
I never heard that one before.
Oh. I'm your disciple. Please write my name there.
But they asked Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj first and second initiation. What's more important? And Swami Maharaj said, second initiation is real initiation, Diksha initiation. So my understanding was that takes superiority, more prominence.
I heard from Srila Bharti Goswami Maharaj describing how his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, is saying, which is superior? What is superior? Harinam or the mantras? So mantras are there to support the Harinam.
That's right.
So that's why Harinam is superior. The one who gives the superior thing is actually one's Diksha Guru. Because if Diksha Guru leaves body, then we can get mantras from Shiksha Guru, means any other Acharya. But Diksha Guru remains the one who gives Harinam. Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami, because Harinam is superior than the mantras. So one who gives Harinam is actually Guru. And Mantra Guru is the one who is supporting, like a Shiksha Guru supporting the Harinam, which takes us to Golok Vrindavan. That's the concept I heard from him.
So why not give both Harinam and Diksha at the same time?
Then it's one and the same thing.
Sometimes it happens.
Huh?
Gurudev gave me Harinam and Diksha.
Yeah.
No, but normally the devotee is supposed to wait to qualify themselves before they get Diksha. Get
Time,
mantra.
place, and circumstance.
It's always different with different people.
Correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it previously, generations earlier, it was just a single initiation and then it was broken down into a two-step process of Harinam and Diksha initiation?
No, it depends on person to person. When spiritual master, he sees a candidate. If he's qualified, he gives everything one time. Otherwise, he make them wait for the.
Like Prabhupada made everybody wait, but that was.
But I think his question is, he was saying that in the past, was there just one initiation and then later on?
They
is
broke
that-
it down into a two-step process
Into a two-step.
of Harinam and Diksha initiation. That was my understanding.
Hey, Prabhu. No, just say something.
No, he believes what he wants to believe.
Time, place, and circumstance.
No, he was
Prabhu-
asking a question.
Prabhupada had to make adjustments.
Yes. So I got Harinam first, and then later I received. My Guru Maharaj gave me mantras later, not at the same time. But many they get together, so it's according to time, place, in person. So Srila Vaman Gosai Maharaj is describing. I was thinking, even though we heard so much from our Gurudev, as Didi mentioned, how Param Gurudev he served Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And because of Param Gurudev's one pastime, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada got the title Nityananda. And this is also another glory. It's like we just observe Nityananda Tiradashi. Amongst all incarnations, as per my limited understanding, amongst all incarnations, means Bhagwan, avatars, only Shri Nityan Prabhu is the one who never killed anyone, who never held any weapon. Mahaprabhu also did it. In this example,
He held Sudarshan.
he had Sudarshan. But only Nityan Prabhu, never ever, in any circumstance. Whereas all other incarnations, killing.
Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Mahajan.
Which is also auspicious. Killing by Lord is also auspicious. But only Nityan Prabhu is most compassionate, never hold any weapon. Yeah. And when he got hit by Madai on his forehead with his clay pot, the blood shed from his forehead, and he's giving prema. Merechi kalshi matha tai bole ki prem devo na ki. When Mahaprabhu said, Nittai, what you doing? Why you so compassionate? He hit you, and Nitya Prabhu said, Merechi kalshi mata. Just because of this point that he hit on my forehead, just because of this, will I not going to give prema to him?
Wow.
This is not a big thing. So, we all know about this, but what is the interaction between Param Gurudev and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada? As Didi just mentioned, how Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he got, people tried to kill him by throwing bricks and those bottles, right? Then Param Gurudev, he filed a court case against those people in the city of Calcutta. Court case. When Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada heard this, he called upon Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, Param Gurudev's Brahmachari name. He said, take the case back. I don't want any case.
Oh, wow.
And Param Gurudev said, Prabhupada, they wanted to kill you. And I want to teach a lesson to them. So Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada said, they tried to hit my body and I'm not taking any grudges.
Wow.
But if they will disturb or attack on my Siddhanta, my philosophy, then I will not spare them.
Wow.
I will
Amazing.
not spare them, and I will write. My writing is a
My
is a
sword.
weapon. Is a weapon for them. My writings. So when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he took the case back, it came in the newspapers, headline, Nityanand is still present.
Jai. Haribo.
The title is given to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. Nityanand is still present. And it's coming down all the way in Guru Parampara, starting from Shri Nityan Prabhu. Many acharyas gone through difficult times. But Nityanand is still present. All merciful. As I heard, and I think I saw in this video, Srila Prabhupada movie, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, when he was not having any place to stay, one drunkard hosted him, and one night he was drunk. He came back totally intoxicated, and Srila Prabhupada was resting at midnight. He kicked Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. He kicked him, literally. With his kicking. And Srila Prabhupada came out midnight without disturbing him. Nityanand is still present.
Nityananda Shakti Avesh.
No, They are manifestation of Nityananda Prabhu. And it's very natural in them because they are manifestation of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. As Nityananda Prabhu is so tolerant, to Jagai Madai giving prema. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada also giving prema. Srila Swami Maharaj also giving prema. Never taking any grudges. Who can be more compassionate than them? More compassionate than Mahaprabhu. If he sees some nonsense, he takes chakra. But Nityananda Prabhu is always due to embrace.
What about Nityananda kicking?
Huh?
Nityananda kicks.
That's other subject. 3 places in Chaitanya Bhagavat is mentioned by Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur. 3 places. You know, whenever anything is said 3 times means authentic. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam.
Okay, okay.
3 places in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, Eto parihare papi jadi ninda kore, tabe lathi maru tar shiru pare. After hearing so much glories of my Nityananda, even then if anyone has any doubt or objection in the activities of my Nityananda, I want to kick.
That's Vrindavan Das Thakur speaking,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
not Nityananda.
No, Vrindavan Das Thakur.
Also Nityananda kicked the chest of Shivananda.
No, I'm saying Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote in Chaitanya Bhagavat, 3
Yeah,
places.
Yeah, okay.
The line, it's the line of kicking.
I will
Vrindavan Das Thakur.
I will kick on the head.
Yeah.
So is this called humility? Yes.
Yes.
What will happen?
Best
If,
humility.
what will happen if we get kick on the head, on our head by Acharya like Vrindavan Das Thakur?
Get
Big
Krishna
mercy.
praying.
Prem immediately.
Mm.
As Abhiram Thakur used to have a whip in his hand.
Mm.
Many Ketan
Many
Ramdas.
Caitanya Ramdas.
He has a flute in his hand.
Mm.
He used to hit with his flute and immediately starts charged with prema. Abhiram Thakur has whip in his hand. If he whip anyone, Krishna prema. So even they are hitting, if they hit someone on the head, sorry my English is not proper, even if they hit on the head, one gets Krishna prema because they're embodiment of prema. Yes, Prabhu.
I'm confused about the one thing. It's like you're talking about the Krishna praying, but like, example, when the boatman found Lord Chaitanya's body, and he just touched the body just for a second when he's in the net, then remember that he thought he was possessed by a ghost. So it's just like, is this all the praying act one way, or is there different ways it acts? Because with that one person, he thought he was crazy.
No, with the boatman, Swarup Damodar Goswami slapped him.
Right.
And the moment he got slapped and touched by him, he also got ecstasies just by the slapping of Swarup Damodar
But
Goswami.
before that, because he had the net in Mahaprabhu's body, he was acting like crazy.
He couldn't stop saying.
Yeah, he started chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Yeah,
Just by touching the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
But then does that happen just only privately to him, or does that actually happen to other people also, when you have praying? Or what happens, when we say praying, it's never been really clear what happens to the individual.
To individual means, I'm not getting the question.
What happens to the person when they receive praying, because we read about how the different people, they react. So, I mean, does people just act crazy sometimes, or do they actually act more, or what? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, what we are discussing with those personalities who are in the pastimes of Mahaprabhu,
Yes.
and they got hit with either a slap or whip or flute, then they got prema. So, are you saying about those who are ordinary people here in material world, or you're referring to the same associates of the Lord?
I'm both, to where when a person receives praying, it seems like it affects everybody differently,
Yes. Yes, according to their qualification,
the
Adhikar.
qualification.
Yes.
Bhakti
Okay.
Sukriti.
According to the qualification.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj wrote a beautiful article. While my Param Aradhyatam, Srila Keshav Goswami Maharaj was commenting on this verse, Vairagya Yukta Bhakti Ras. Who wrote this? Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, glorifying Shri Sanatana Goswami. he explained that Vairagya, renunciation, is the intense feeling of separation from Krishna. So he's giving very insight of this word renunciation. What is renunciation means? As I said, any homeless person in the street looks like renounce. But that's not called renunciation. You don't have any belongings. Renunciation means when you leave your belongings. Any person in the street, he don't have any belongings. So what is renouncing? But what is the pure meaning of the word renunciation? So Srila Vaman Goswami is describing this beautifully. Renunciation is the intense feeling of separation from Krishna, which consists of the desire to please his senses. Krishnendya pritivancha maya vipranambha. Again. Renunciation is the intense feeling of separation from Krishna, which consists of the desire to please his senses. This is renunciation. The knowledge of Vairagya, renunciation, that consists of the desire to give happiness to Krishna, is actual Vairagya Brahma Gyan. The knowledge of Vairagya that consists of this little philosophical. The knowledge of Vairagya that consists of the desire to give happiness to Krishna is actual Vairagya Brahma Gyan. And it displays contempt, fear and disrespect towards worthless Gyan, Sayujya Mukti and other forms of liberation. So many details of Vairagya. Understand? Generally, Sadhaka Jivas think that Vairagya means the renunciation of all enjoyment for the pleasure of Krishna. You see, generally Sadhaka Jivas think that Vairagya means the renunciation of all enjoyment for the pleasure of Krishna. However, the Mukta Mahapurushas, liberated personalities, accept only dedication to Krishna Seva as Vairagya. I was keep on saying this about renunciation in my so many classes, just out of my chanting and I was meditating. But here, by hearing Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, it gives authenticity of what I was saying. However, the Mukta Purushas, liberated personalities, accept only dedication to Krishna Seva as Vairagya. She Goswamis, especially Rup Sanatan Goswami, they've given up their positions, their, what do you call?
Government employment, no.
Their designations,
That's a,
being a minister, being governor and prime minister and all. And they given up their all opulences, like Goswami, Raghunathas Goswami and Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. This is renunciation. But again, this renunciation level is low in comparison with the renunciation. And that renunciation means when they were in Jagannath Puri with Mahaprabhu, and when all associates they're having pastimes with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu ordered them, go to Vrindavan. And 4 orders were given to them. Imagine that renunciation. I'm not saying they are leaving Mahaprabhu, but leaving the presence of the personal presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, only to obey the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The giving up that personal association, how painful it is. They're giving up their worshipper Lord. If you're serving your deities, say 20 years, 30 years, I know Hridaya Prabhu is so attached to his Jagannath and Giriraj Govardhan and Shaligrams. Suppose if you have to give up that, how hurtful and painful it is. This is our situation. Imagine the love, the dedication of Sri Rup Sanatan they have for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But to fulfill the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're giving up this renunciation. And this is high class renunciation. This renunciation which is there for serving one's worshipable. Very high class renunciation. Understand?
Yes.
And following the footsteps of the Goswamis, the example of our Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who said, Vrindavan is my home. Our Srila Gurudev, Sri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and I'm saying all other acharyas, Vrindavan Dham is their dearmost place, their life and soul. But they are giving up that. Not giving up, please understand my mood, what I'm saying.
Physically giving.
Physically giving. They are holding Brajadham in their heart. Yes. Physically giving is so painful. But for what? For Krishna Seva. For obeying the order of their Guru Padma, for their Guru Maharaj. So they exhibit the higher level of renunciation. So Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj said, saying here, according to liberated personalities, dedication to Krishna Seva is Vairagya. That's the topmost Vairagya. Srila Das Goswami, means Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, has pointed out that Vairagya Yukta Bhakta Ras, this verse, consists of detachment, knowledge and devotional activities performed for Krishna's service. Again, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami has pointed out that Vairagya Yukta Bhakti Ras consists of detachment, knowledge and devotional activities performed for Krishna service. The Mayavad conception excludes the existence of transcendental pastimes, but this can never be called Vairagya. The Mayavad conception excludes the existence of transcendental pastimes. This is not Vairagya.
So the renunciation of the impersonalists is not true.
It's not true Vairagya.
Because there's no attachment to Krishna.
This Falgu Vairagya.
That's why dry renunciation.
Dry renunciation. But renunciation means Krishna indi priti vancha dhare premna. This is a formula for all of us sadhakas. Atmindi priti vancha tate bole kam. Krishna indi priti vancha dhare premna. Anything what we do for pleasing my senses, even if it is staying in proximity with my Prabhu, with my worshipable, it can also be a kind of subtle sense enjoyment. But obeying the order of my worshipable, Guru or Krishna, and if he is sending me far, for his pleasure, dhare premnam, this is prema. And this is actually renunciation. As we hear the example, Shri Bhakti Hridayavan Goswami Maharaj. When Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada was sending him to Western world, prior to Srila Swami Maharaj, he asked his servant to buy the most expensive shoe. I'm sending my representative, Gaudiya Mutt representative to Western world. It has to be proper outfit and shoes. So the most expensive shoe in year 1930, 40 rupee shoe. Very expensive. Maybe today is going to be, say, $15,000, something like that. And the servant bought this long boot. And he showed to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. And Prabhupada told, go and tell Bhatt Maharaj to wear this and come to me, I want to see him. The Sevaka gave the shoe to Srila Bhatt Goswami Maharaj, and he said exactly words that Prabhupada wants you to wear this shoe and come and see him. Just 2 seconds he gave a thought of this. Just 2 seconds. And immediately he wore those shoes and he came to Srila Prabhupada. It's not that easy. Because these personalities, they have so much vichar, so much considerations. And immediately by seeing Srila Bhatt Goswami Maharaj wearing that long boot, Srila Prabhupada said, You have renounced the renunciation. That means what? First of all, sannyasi not supposed to wear long boot. Secondly, you can't wear a shoe to come see your Gurudev. It's offensive, right?
Right.
But for fulfilling the order of one's worshipable, his worshipable was Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. And to please him, to obey his order, he renounced his renunciation. This is called very high level of renunciation. It needs a lot of considerations. And it's on a very subtle level, it's not on gross level.
In one sense, you could say yukta vairagya, but really what it is just simply following the order of the Guru.
Agya Guru Haya Avicharniya. Fulfilling the order of Guru without any single consideration. This is one level. But there is other level above this. Sometimes opposing the word of Gurudev to serve him. There's another level. How Param Gurudev, he exchanged cloths. How Koresh, he exchanged cloths of Sri Ramanujacharya. Also Koresh did this. And Param Gurudev given the title Koresh. And how Sri Ramanujacharya, he disobeyed the order of his Gurudev. Never give this mantra to anyone. So where is that point? Agya Guru Hai Avicharnya means follow the order of your Gurudev without any single thought. But they are thoughtful, they have consideration. I am disobeying you to please you. I am disobeying you to serve you.
Gotta be careful with that though.
No, this disclaimer,
Someone
don't
can
apply.
really take that the wrong way, you know.
That's why, that disclaimer, don't apply at home. Don't apply on yourself.
Don't do this in your...
That's very high level. That's very high level. Today if my Gurudev say, hey, you wear this nice shoe, I say, thank you Gurudev, that's a mercy. But these are for the Mukta Mahapurushas.
And they were leather shoe?
Huh?
Leather shoe?
Yes.
Must have been.
And Shulaban Goswami Maharaj, he wore the shoe and he went to Germany for preaching. London. So, the different there's so many considerations and different levels of renunciation. The word Vairagya is used to describe one of the 6 opulences of Bhagwan. Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Virasya, Yasasya, Shriya, Gyan and Vairagya. One of the 6 opulences of Lord. The Bhagwan is Maya Adhish, the Lord of Maya. Bhakti can never be attained by artificial endeavors to practice renunciation in solitary meditation. Nirjan Bhajan. People who are not spiritually inclined think Vairagya means material renunciation. But we find in the Shastras that Vairagya is simply the topmost stage of longing for Krishna pleasure pastimes.
Wow.
That's highest Vairagya. Longing for Krishna pleasure pastimes. Prakrit Sahajyas and those who renounce material enjoyment practice so-called Vairagya to satisfy their desires. We see so many in Vrindavan. In the words of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he traveled length and breadth the entire country, India. All those places of pilgrimage, high-class sadhus are there. Banaras, Puri, here and there, even in Vrindavan. And after visiting all these places, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, I didn't find one pure devotee. How can you say this? Vrindavan is the hub of devotees. Benares, Kashi is a hub of devotees. Ayodhya, devotees. South India, devotees. But from the barometer what Prabhupada is counting, the Vairagya of the Goswamis, and that high class of Vairagya, and that is only the longing, the topmost longing for Krishna pleasure pastimes, That's only Vairagya. And he only saw this in one personality in his life that made him restless to get initiation. Yes. He said, in his words, I'm not just fabricating my own. He wrote this, I didn't find one sadhu, one pure devotee in my life. And he said, Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Because this Vairagya is substantial, is full of gravity. Because this Vairagya has Krishna included in this, involved in this. And other Vairagyas are just, they're renouncing, and this is also their sense gratification. Like Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada introduced the word Maun Vrata, the vow of silence. And many sadhus, they do this. Month, 6 months, 1 year, 20 years, I'm not going to speak anything. Vow of silence. That's not Vairagya. Maun Vrata. Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada gave the definition, the first time the definition, what is the ideal meaning of Maun Vrata? It's not that you keep quiet, but one who's chanting 24 hours without eating, without sleeping. If you can chant name, form, qualities and pastimes of Krishna, this is actually Maun Vrata. No. Shiradhika Madhavira Para Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Namnam Pratikshana Shwadana Lolupasya Vade Guru Shri Charanarvindam. One who chant 24 hours. So, in the words of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, he said, I saw one sadhu in my life, and that was Sri Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj. In what state? When he was crying and was wandering in the streets of Navdeep Dham and calling out Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Separation. Sri Prabhupada said, I never saw someone like this. What is this? Who is he? And Prabhupada, in his writing, because the book was printed at a time in the physical presence of Srila Prabhupada about his life history. And the book name title is Saraswati Jayashri, written by his disciples. And Prabhupada sanctioned that in his personal presence. Yes, this is sanctioned, this is bona fide. There Srila Prabhupada is writing, when I saw Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, I approached him that I never saw a sadhu like you. Vipralam Rasambode Padam Mujayate Namaha. Embodiment of Vipralam Bhav, separation mood. But that separation is not for one sense gratification. The separation is ideal and actual separation from Shri Radharani. Then I approached him for blessings for initiation. And he rejected me. And in Bengali, Prabhupada said, Dhakka Peji. I got hurt to hear this. Because he got so many achievements in his life. The astrological department, he vacated his chair for Srila Prabhupada to sit on that. And many other, he refuted so many scholars and things like that.
Many gurus wanted to get him as their disciple. But he was refusing all.
But he said, I got so hurt when Babaji Maharaj rejected me. He wrote this. That made him more excited. I want from you only. And then we all know the rest.
Also Narottam and Lokanath, similar thing.
Yes. So what is the other point? Why Loknath Goswami was keep on again and again telling Narottam Thakur to go away?
He had made a vow, Lokanath, that I will not accept any disciples, just like Gaur Kishore.
This is external.
Increase his desire.
This is external. Try to understand from their perspective. We are understanding from our perspective. And actually this is also we heard from our Gurudev. This is correct.
Yeah. His true humility, because he had such high level of bhav and praying, he was really feeling unqualified.
Who?
Lokanath Das.
He was feeling Narottam, he's prema avatar of Mahaprabhu. And how can I initiate him, who is so dear of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
As service to Mahaprabhu.
Hmm?
So he did it as service to Mahaprabhu.
Yes. How can I initiate a person who's Prem Avatar of Mahaprabhu? And Mahaprabhu uttering his name, Narottam, Narottam. And how dare I can initiate? But then later on, to serve Mahaprabhu, that his Mahaprabhu Jan, and have to please him by serving him. So giving initiation is service. Not to become the master, but to serve Mahaprabhu. This is going to please my Lord, my Mahaprabhu, by serving one of his associates. So giving initiation is service. And that means Krishna in the Priti Vancha Dhare Premna. It's very subtle level. It's very subtle level. Same is the case with Babaji Maharaj. They have this vision to see who is Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. He's my Prabhu's person. How can I initiate him? With that mood. But then to please my Prabhu, I want giving him Diksha. So if I am giving him Diksha, making me, oh, he's my disciple, he's going to become my servant. That is my understanding, limited understanding. But I am doing this to please my Prabhu. This is a very high level of understanding. That is the relation there. So this is Vairagya. Giving initiation is Vairagya for them. They're keeping aside all their humility, everything, but with one point, service to my worshipable, my Ishta. Such high level. Huh? 7:30, you have to stop?
It's a weekday.
You just get
Okay,
started.
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Let me finish this paragraph. People who are not spiritually inclined think that Vairagya means material renunciation. But you find in the Shastras that Vairagya is simply the topmost stage of longing for Krishna pleasure pastimes. Prakrit Sahajyas and those who renounce material enjoyment practice so-called Vairagya to satisfy their desires. But there is merely a temporary deceitful sadhan. But this is merely a temporary deceitful sadhan. Because the purpose is to satisfy one desire. Only through the eyes of bhakti can one see or realize the eternally perfect renunciation of the eternally perfect Mahatmas who are intent on Shri Krishna's happiness. Only through the eyes of bhakti. Detachment and omniscience are naturally evident in the lives of Mahapurushas, residing in the heart of the sadhak, in the form of the Antaryami, super soul. These Mahapurushas can easily say who is attached to satisfy his own senses in the name of the service to Shri Hari. Satisfying his own senses in the name of service to Shri Hari. Such a bold statement.
Hypocrisy, right?
Yeah, this is hypocrisy and deceitful. Duplicity. They also give favorable opportunities for the sadhaka to become liberated from the clutches of this hypocrisy. Moreover, being very affectionate towards the sevakas and seeing their service tendency, they bestow on them the enthusiasm to serve Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. So after ending this, he is starting another paragraph, glorifying Srila Gurudev. That Gurudev means his Gurudev, our Param Gurudev. Keshva Riva Swa Potanam Anveshnam Ugra Vakramaha. The lioness shows her prowess towards her enemy, but is very affectionate towards her offspring. So now this is another topic. Please, any comment, any discussion, and any insight? You all are my seniors. Please also enlighten me. Hide Prabhu, something. Any question? Because we are just discussing.
When you talk about Bhaktisiddhanta, when he took initiation from Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, so this is why he took also sannyas with the picture
From the
from his
Picture.
Gaura Kishore Das Babaji. That's why he took sannyas, because he couldn't find anybody qualified enough to give him sannyas.
we can say yes, one of the reason. But in the Prabhupada Ashtakam we read Parahamsa Varam Paramartha Patim Patito Dharane Kritavesh Yatim. Paramahansa Varam, he was worshipable even for the Paramahansas. Yeah. There was no need for him to take sannyas because he was worshipable for Paramahansas. Because sannyas has 4 stages: Kutichak, Bahudak, Hans and Paramahansas. So Srila Prabhupada, his glories is that he is worshipable even for the Paramahansas. But patito dharane krita vesha yatim. But to show the compassion on the fallen, you've taken sannyas. Because if sannyasi is speaking something, it gives gravity to the audience. And because he has to start the preaching on the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that's why Mahaprabhu also took sannyas, so that people will follow him, not condemn him or criticize him. That was the external reason of him also to take sannyas. Similarly, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada also, he accepted sannyas, seeing the fallen, seeing the situation of the fallen people, the conditioned state of their consciousness. And if I will speak as a sannyasi, then they will give a gravity to my words and they will accept Krishna consciousness.
And Gaura Kishore Das Babaji had left at that time.
Yeah, also he left. No, his question is, why he took sannyas from the picture
Right.
of Babaji Maharaj? Was there no another pure Vaishnava like him? Which is also true. There was no someone like him.
Yeah.
But the other reason is he takes sannyas. Otherwise he could have preached like that also without sannyas. But in this Ashtakam by Shri Bhakti Rakshashida Goswami Maharaj, he clearly mentioning there, Parahamsa Varam Paramartha Patim Patito Dharane Kritaveshayati. To show his mercy and compassion for the patit, fallen people, he took sannyas. Otherwise there was no need for him to take sannyas. Am I able to satisfy your question?
You know, you talked about Narottam Das receiving praying Padmavati River. So I was reading today about this Leela, and there's a few descriptions of it. One is that prior to his birth, Mahaprabhu was there when he was attempting to go to Vrindavan, and then he came back. He stopped there, and he was doing ecstatic kirtan with his associates, and Nityananda Prabhu was also there, and they were crying so much. The kirtan became so ecstatic, and then he entered into the water afterward and gave that ecstasy of praying. But there's something about Nityananda's tears also.
Mahaprabhu collected them.
It's written in Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Maharaj's book.
Mahaprabhu collected
I wonder-
Nityananda's tears.
But Mahaprabhu was crying, all the devotees were crying. So what is that special contribution of Nityananda Prabhu? Because at one point Mahaprabhu said that it is your praying, Nityananda Prabhu, is your praying. You know, as if it's not my praying, it's your praying that I'm giving to Narottam. So can you speak something?
Because Mahaprabhu made Nityananda Prabhu his CEO of distributing prema.
Okay.
Because Mahaprabhu didn't started giving prema unless Nityam Prabhu, means Mahaprabhu told Nityam Prabhu to start. And then Mahaprabhu started giving prema. So he was waiting for Nityam Prabhu in Mayapur when they met together in Nandanacharya Bhavan.
Yeah.
And then Mahaprabhu told Nityam Prabhu, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, go and distribute prema. So
Yeah.
Mahaprabhu was quiet until that time. He didn't give prema to anyone, waiting for Nityananda Prabhu to come to start with, because he is the CEO of the prema of Krishna. So that's why Mahaprabhu took, I'm hearing from you that the tears of Nityananda Prabhu, and that is prema. sanctioned by you, not me, because he is the one who's giving the delivery of the prema, distributor of prema. Yes,
Nityananda Mahajan.
yes, that's the reason. So if anyone wants to know, Nityananda Prabhu is like CEO of Mahaprabhu's prema.
It's Mahaprabhu's praying, but Nityananda Prabhu's distributing.
Yes,
Chief
that's the
executive
beauty of it.
officer.
Yes, he has to give. He has to give prema. Mahaprabhu signed this to Shri Nityananda. Suno suno Nityanand, suno Haridas, Amar Agya Sarvat Karo Prachar, Prati Grihe Grihe Karo E Vikha, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shri. Why Mahaprabhu said Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur? There were so many other associates. Why only these two? This is the question. Why?
Because they're the distributors.
What is the reason behind that?
Haridas Thakur is the Acharya of the holy name.
Mm-hmm.
And they're distributing praying through the holy name.
Mm-hmm. But then why Nityananda Prabhu?
Because he's the CEO.
He's the Supreme Personality of Servitor God.
No, he's right. This is one reason. This is correct. Because Nityananda Prabhu has to give prema. And Haridas Thakur is Namacharya. Correct. This is one point. Another point is Nityananda, you are the origin, the source of creating all the universes. And Haridas, you are the Brahma, the creator, the immediate creator. So if you're creating, then you're responsible to nourish. That's why Vishambhar,
Right.
to maintain the universes. If you're creating, that's my order, on my order you're creating, but since you are the creator, they both are the creator, so you are supposed to also maintain that and maintain with Krishna prema. That's why Suno Suno Nityanand, Suno Haridas. Haridas, you are Brahma, and Nityanand, you are,
Source of all
Adisangha,
Vishnus.
all the source of Vishnus. Karodakshai, Garodakshai, Shirodakshai. And that's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Nityananda Prabhu Tattva is described, so they're describing all this Vishnu Tattvas. Shri Kaviraj Goswami describing this. So you have to maintain them with Krishna Prem. So this avatar is there to maintain the giver of Krishna Prem and maintaining Krishna Prem, the entire universes. Yes, Devi.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam Maharaj. I have a question. It's related to what you were saying about Vairagya. So it's a little involved. There was a group of somewhat like very new people who were listening to one devotee giving Bhagavatam class, and then regularly, and then eventually he took them through Bhagavad Gita, and then also started on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But one of them, she's a scientist, and then she started hearing from some Mayavad philosopher, and then this devotee was, telling her not to do that. And I guess he said it in some harsh way or something. So I wasn't present for any of this, but she was kind of hurt. And so sometime later, I somehow got in the association of these, very, very new people. And this one lady was, which was very shortly after she got hurt by these harsh words. And now she is very attracted to that Mayavadi sannyasi. And so she asked me about Vairagya, and I tried to explain what you were explaining, that this Mayavadi Vairagya is Palgu Vairagya, it's not real, that real Vairagya is dedication. But I was saying that, and she was saying, oh, but they also have devotion, and she was trying to tell me the glories of her Swami Sarva Priyananda, and I'm so impressed by his peacefulness, his razor sharp intelligence, his sense of humor, and saying all kinds of things. And then I was trying to explain about that, and she was saying they also have devotion, so what's wrong with hearing from them? And I was saying...
But they don't have devotion, that's the point.
Yes, so I tried to explain to her that devotion is not real, that they just do some kind of upasana.
Means to an end.
Yeah, that's exactly the words that I wrote to her, means to an end. And she said, you know, oh, I'm sure it's not like that. So I don't know what is the real thing. The real thing is, you know, some emotional thing or something, but if you have any advice or a blessing,
No,
how
maybe-
can I convince her?
No, we all pray for her
Yeah,
to come out from that clutches of
yeah,
the dry renunciation to the soak renunciation
yeah,
with tears. So
yeah.
I don't know how much she can grasp, she can understand this,
Mhm.
because everyone has their level and qualification to understand.
Mm.
But we see many Mayavadis very high class and they have big renunciate, they don't eat for days, they don't sleep for days. But what is the purpose of those? That renunciation is not to please Krishna.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
yeah.
Okay, that's just tell her, explain that this is the bottom line. This
Mhm.
anything which we do for us, this cannot be termed as renunciation. But when it is for the pleasure of the Lord, for His pleasure,
Yes,
and pleasure is senses, and Lord means Lord in person, not impersonal.
right. Yeah.
Like one boy asked me a question. You don't have a water. One boy asked, no, sit down. One boy asked a question. Why you make? I mean, he was getting association with Mayavadi
Mhm.
guru. No, I'm just giving one example. Sit down.
Okay. We have Achman cup.
Yes.
Coming.
So he was saying that why you guys make these deities? You restricting the
God.
God in the figures.
Right.
Don't you think God is present everywhere? God is everywhere. Every speck of dust. Everywhere. But why are you restricting in just form? This is offense. So how you can explain this with logic? I don't want any scripture reference. I said logically, if you want to ask this question, the answer to this question is, don't you feel there is water in the whole environment? He said water is everywhere. Then why we take a cup of water and drink? We can drink, just drink like this from the environment, because water is present everywhere. So just like water is present everywhere, we need some container and hold water and we drink to quench our thirst. Similarly, we need deities to serve. They are vigrahas. They are accepting our service with compassion. So sometimes these kind of people, they will not like the scripture reference. They like the logics. So it depends how we can convince them. One on one. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
Right.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarucha sripadasimita patitanam pavane Shishima Bhakti Pragyana Kesha Goswami Maharaj ki Param Gurudev ki His appearance day ki Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj ki
Jai.
How wonderful this is. Srila Raman Goswami Maharaj giving such high level of renunciation. Amazing. Huh?
Yeah, I've read that book, but I don't remember that essay.
Thank you.
Also
Can I
wanting,
borrow for 2 days?
Yeah.
I'll give it back.
also wanting to renounce that status of being the disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada.
Did they?
Wanting to-
Yes. These personalities, they are on a very different level. And we're trying to understand the dealings with our limited levels. And that's why, say, Loknath Goswami rejected Narottam Thakur. In many other places, when I was very new to Krishna consciousness and preachers, I don't know their qualification, they were just saying, he was totally rejected. He was totally rejected in a very condemned way. But, the higher understanding. Why Sri Loknath Goswami is saying no to him? Why? That's the subtle vision. How can I do? He's dear to my Prabhu. And I'm not very dear to my Prabhu. Always giving that humble mood. But then to give him is to serve my worshipable Mahaprabhu. So there's many levels of understanding these dealings. It's not easy. Param Gurudev is not writing his name because actually he's not my disciple. He's my Guru Maharaj disciple. He's my God brother. Even though there's a lot of so much gap. As Lakshmipati Tirtha, Nityan Prabhu, and Shri Madhavendra Puripad. The beautiful conversation in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Shri Nityan Prabhu and Shri Madhavendra Puripad, the God brothers. But Nityan Prabhu never thought Madhavendra Puripad God brother. He's taking him as his Gurudev. And Madhavendra Puripad glorifying Nityan Prabhu. That anyone who chant Nitai get prem. This is Shri Madhavendra Puripad speaking about Nityananda.
And we were talking about that past time of the sannyasi coming and taking Nityananda Prabhu when he was a child.
Yes.
And there's one lecture I read from Saraswati Thakur that was Lakshmipati Tirtha.
Yes, yes. That's what
And
I'm
so many devotees are saying other things.
Well-
Sometimes it's written, it's not sure who it was. What is your
No, Lakshmipati
opinion?
Tirtha.
Lakshmipati
Yes.
Tirtha.
But also in the Nityananda Astakam by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Guru Maharaj, he refers to him as that sannyasi in one verse, and in the next verse he says, and so then he had the association of Madhavendra Puri in all of his traveling.
Yes.
And so, you know, it's easy to draw the conclusion that that sannyasi was Madhavendra Puripad. And why does it not bother
Not
me?
Madhavendra Puri.
Lakshmipati.
Okay,
I strongly believe.
okay.
It's Lakshmipati
But what I
Tirtha.
was gonna say is that, there's so much achintya in our philosophy, and that what appears to be something, can be explained in a different way, and that both can be correct. And it doesn't bother me at all that my Guru Maharaj wrote that, and that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur spoke something else. In my mind, I'm like, of course, there's room. You know, I don't need to have it all worked out in my brain. You know.
That's good.
No, because we have to be able to be flexible.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Gaur Premanand.
Gaur
Hare
Premanand.
Have a little kirtan, then we'll take Krishna.
Do we do Arti or?
Yeah, you can do Arti while I'm doing, while we do the kirtan.
Everyone's welcome to come tomorrow also to Gimra.
What,
What's
tomorrow's
the
at your
timing?
house?
5:30 to 8.
5:30 to 8.
And then on Wednesday at my house in Walnut Creek, 5:30 to 8:30.
Are you giving walnut for everyone?
If you like, we can
By the
get
creek?
walnuts.
I don't have so many walnuts. We don't have a walnut tree. We only have walnut trees.
Hare Krishna, Hare